looks like he'll recover. So yeah, let's have a
Easton.
10 count.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Definitely. Ooh, thanks for that moment of silence, man. Yeah. Eric Sims, rest in peace. Yeah, but like you were saying, Robert Easton Jr., somebody tried to stick him up.
Yeah, yeah, like I mean, it's not the first time that guys have been. It's not just celebrities anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
anybody with the in today's age, where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very sad. But
Right.
yeah,
That's why you don't, I'm not saying that he did it, but I'm saying that's why, you don't flash your money. A lot of the young guys nowadays, they want to, show off what they got and how they
well,
getting it.
they want to be iced down, and
Ice
remember back
out,
back
ice
in the day,
tea,
it used to be
ice
the
food.
gold chain and all
Yeah,
that. Now they want to be
man.
iced out. But
Yeah. Hey,
but
man.
uh,
Bad
but
boy.
our first guest is a young man that has his feet firmly on the ground, and is he in the queue?
Yes, he is. Oh, we gotta get SB to put him in the queue because I don't know what to do. I can't mess with the queue. Let the champ do what they do. Uh-oh, there you
There
go.
he is. Yes,
Tito.
sir.
Is that Tito Trinidad?
Nah,
Uh-oh. He said, no, quick. Oh, man, you ain't got hands like that, huh?
yeah. How you guys doing?
We
We're
good.
doing good, but he is, and I had it wrong, K9. I thought he was a 20-time national champ.
Oh.
He's a 22-time national champ.
Oh, boy, you got hands then, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
You want them light-skinned brothers that'll whoop your butt, huh? You ain't dancing around like Chris Brown. You
Nah,
gotta be the cat down. Okay, okay. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
what weight class you fight at?
I fight lightweight 135.
135.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Making a boy. This is a lot of money at 135.
Yeah, division stacked right now. We got a lot of good talent.
Hey, the best talent in boxing right now. You pro?
Yeah.
Young man is 3-0. Tell me a little bit about yourself,
Please
Ernesto,
do.
Mr. Ernesto Mercado here.
Yeah, right now I'm a professional boxer, 3-0, 3 knockouts. I fight again this Saturday on the 12th in LA, hoping to go 4-0, 4 knockouts. My amateur career, I mean, like James said, I was a 22-time national champion, over 300 wins. I was the 2020 Olympic alternate. I was going to represent Nicaragua for the Olympics, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, COVID, they did like some selection type process, and unfortunately, I wasn't selected. But that's thumbs up, Tito Mercado.
Okay. Who you signed with? I gotta get you on a K9 team. Oh, who you signed with?
Nah, I'm independent right now.
You independent?
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta talk to each other. Yeah, I gotta see what you're talking about. Independent. That's good stuff right there. I know some people that know some people that know some people. Yeah.
Somebody, are you was? No, I can't pronounce that. But
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Oh, nah, Boricua. Nah, I'm not from Puerto Rico. My dad's from Nicaragua, and my mom's Mexican.
Oh, see how I know how to pronounce that though? See, hey, James said he can pronounce it. Boy, I pronounce everything, especially when there's money involved. That's money. That boy, a 22-time national champion right there. That's good stuff, dude. So you got a great chance to become a world champ. I had 10 amateur fights. I won. Guess how many nationals I won?
How many?
0. Yeah, but me coming from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Where it was hard to actually survive. You can survive Detroit. You can survive in a boxing ring.
well, Tio got some survival stories. I mean,
Man, talk to me. Tell me the whole story. You gonna be in
Uh,
a contender.
well, I
You know
grew
what
up
I mean?
in California. That's where Sugar Shane from. But it's just a gang environment. You know what I mean? My pops
Yeah.
was deeply in that. Off of all types of stuff, man. Meth, all that, running around with people that shouldn't be running around. And thanks for my pop, man. He got me on the right track. I could have easily disappeared like some of them and some of my friends that I lost. I could have easily went that route. and I'm on the right track right now. I'm 3-0, like I said, and I'm trying to continue that. I'm not trying to be that type of lifestyle.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh, you're 20. So
Yeah.
when did you start boxing?
I started boxing at the age of 4.
Wow, age of 4. Wow. And so, I mean, is it a reason why you independent right now?
No, man. We just like I said, the whole COVID thing right now. We just trying to stay busy, trying to work. If a good deal comes and it catches my eye, then of course we're gonna take a look in it and see from there. But for
Yeah.
right now, just trying to stay busy, trying to get fights in, and trying to get our way to the top slowly.
Yeah. So how are you being moved? I mean, are y'all moving yourselves? Did you get somebody that's, representing you, that's moving you, that's helping you out along the way? I mean, how was that, how was that? How you getting busy?
Well, my dad's my coach and my manager, so he's moving me the way that like I said, he's in the gym with me, so he knows how I should be moved, and we just trying to progress slowly and slowly the way he thinks that I should be.
Your dad have a lot of experience?
As a fighter, he had a lot of amateur fights too. He never went pro, but he has a lot of amateur fights, and he had a couple pros, so he has some experience. Yeah.
Okay, so he know the game. He know the business. He knows something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. That's good. It's always good, for young brothers to be, guided in the right direction and not to be taken advantage of. Because, boxing is a dirty game. I always talk about how boxing is worse than the streets. It's just worse than a dope game. I've
Yeah.
been boxing over 30 years. I don't know if I'm two-time world champ. So I got a lot of experience, been through a whole lot in boxing. You know what I mean? I don't know if the good can outweigh the bad or the bad can outweigh the good, but thank God I got mines at the end, you know what I mean, where I didn't blow a whole lot of money and because I had all the money in the world at a young age. I got everything, my success and everything at the end of my career. So I was able to keep on to a lot of things and be able to learn, you know what I mean, without having to, say, dang, I wish I would have when I was younger.
Right.
'Cause I won my first world title when I was 37.
Wow.
Yeah, so you definitely you on a good pace. I mean, you in definitely good hands. You know what I mean? You thinking smart, and with 300 some amateur fights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with 300 some amateur fights, you know a lot about boxing. You ain't just get the 300 amateur fights and win a 20 some national tournament championships without what I mean, being stupid.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm happy to be kicking it with you, talking to you before you get to act like you don't know me. Oh man,
Nah,
I
nah.
don't know. When you start getting your belts around your waist, oh man, hey, listen, ask JK, we done had cats on here, boy. They was, what I'm saying, oh man, we gonna be back on here. Man, they fought for world titles, won world titles. But man, oh, you got the wrong number.
Nah. My feet always on the ground, man.
Okay, man.
Oh,
Some cats, but don't get me wrong, everybody in Hollywood. Some cats come back like they say they do.
Right.
now, when did you say your next fight was?
This weekend on the 12th of Saturday.
12th, and you're fighting out here in LA?
Yeah, in LA in the Commerce Casino.
Okay, okay. And do you know who your opponent is yet?
Yeah, we got an opponent. I believe he's 2-2. He fought a couple undefeated fighters, never been stopped. So I'm gonna try to make a statement right there. Be the first one to stop him.
All right, my man. Well, look here. I tell you what. We look forward, to having you on. Let's see. You say you fight this weekend. So, what about next Tuesday?
That's cool with me, man.
All
That's
right, man.
cool.
Now, hey, we
Look the
know
same, brother. Make sure you look the same.
that's what I was going to say. Now, from what I've heard, you haven't had a fight that's went more than 2 rounds.
Yeah, and that first fight too. It was the first fight actually, and they should have been stopped way before, but they kept. I mean, referees was really inexperienced. It's cool. I mean, another round don't bother me. I need the experience anyway.
Yeah.
All right, then, hey, you keep doing that, we're going to change your name to Starch.
Right.
All right, my brother. We look forward to talking to you next Tuesday when you bring back
White man.
another victory.
Yeah,
Thank
give your social media before you go, man. Let them know where they can, catch you at and get the highlights when you knock my man out. And whatever round you knock him out in.
you. Yeah, you can follow me at Real Tito Mercado on all social media platforms. The highlight's gonna be there. It's gonna be in the first round too. Watch what I'm telling you.
Okay, all right, yeah. Reach out to me, boy. I'm on K9 Boxing on Instagram. Follow me. I'm gonna follow you back.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna hit that right now.
Okay, you
All
say
right, bro.
what's your stuff again? What you say? Your grandma's again?
Real Tito Mercado all together.
Okay, all right. Tito, we ain't talking about Trinidad. New kid on the block, right?
Yep.
All right, my bro. Much love, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
I
All right.
appreciate you. Yep. Hey, that's a good young brother right there. Ready to take him by storm. And he done had over 300 some amateur fights, so he might be the next Lomachenko.
Hey, you
Lomachenko had
know,
a gang of amateur fights.
you never can tell. He's a smooth young man. Go look at some of his videos,
Yeah,
and you'll see exactly why the young man's 3-0. And hey,
yeah.
he might look like a pretty boy, but the young man got some power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
all that
believe.
matters, bro.
Do we have Daryl in the queue also?
No, we don't. No, we don't have him.
Mr.
No,
Okay.
no. I see somebody else behind the scenes. Is that SB? Yeah, I think SB behind the scenes getting ready. Hey man, yeah, it's a lot of stuff been going on. So Dylan White, he about to fight Tyson Fury, from what I heard in April. I think April 23rd. If they both
Well,
sign.
now, right now, the biggest fight in April, the biggest news in April,
Yeah.
uh, is Spence versus Ugas, April
Oh yeah.
16th,
Yeah. Absolutely.
at Gillette Stadium. I mean,
Yeah. I heard about that.
AT&T.
Yeah.
Uh, you know,
I see
Canugas.
Darren the gift. Other than
That
the gift we about to get, what I'm saying, with the Errol Spence fight and Ugas, we got Darren the gift in the queue. Hey, what's up, big fella?
What's going on, man? I just want to say thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
what's going on? How you
I
doing,
love.
man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great, actually, man. I'm just now finishing up in the gym, so what's
Yeah.
been coming on air with y'all?
Yeah, we always in the gym. I'd be like, "How y'all feel?" They be like, "Fired up." So when you got on the board and say, "Man, I actually feel good," you had to get it right. You said, "No, I feel great." We
Yeah,
on the dog pound, boy.
yeah,
That's right, boy. Much love. So you just not leaving the gym, then, huh?
yes. Well, I'm still at the gym. I'm just in the car right now, but I had to
Okay.
make sure I already had it on my agenda, so I, set an alarm. It didn't matter what I was doing. That I had to make it on air with y'all.
Well, give
Businessman, I
us,
like that. You gotta bring
gi-
him on again.
give
Hey,
us,
appreciate it.
give us a little background, there, Mr. Cunningham. I'm not sure whether we've had you on the show or not before, but I think where are you? Are you out of Vegas?
Nah, y'all, you all haven't had me on the show, but I'm out of St. Louis. Actually, I just moved to Vegas about 4 years ago, so I've been pursuing my career ever since.
Okay.
But
Oh,
I,
wait a
I
minute now.
definitely I've been following and watching y'all for a while now, so it's just an honor, just to be on with y'all.
Well, now
Oh,
I got to get some background, man. If you talking about you from St. Louis, because
Yeah,
like
hey, I love K. Listen, I love K9, but hey, why
uh-oh.
you had it? I hate that you had to do it, man. But hey, I still love you.
Thanks, baby. Oh man. Oh, K9, I love you, man. Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I have a little background from St. Louis on both sides of the tracks. My uncle used to be sheriff over in East St. Louis,
Uh huh.
and I know a little bit about them boys out of St. Louis. Y'all have a little chip on your shoulder. Tell us a little, tell us a little bit about yourself growing up over there in the dirty streets of St. Louis.
Well, yeah, I pretty much come from a boxing family. I got into it around when I was 8 years old. Like it started off in the backyard. Like my uncle, he bought like a lot of sets of gloves and just equipment. And my grandma had the biggest yard in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like she got like 2 football fields as a backyard. So
Wow.
everybody come over every Friday. Well, we do fish and fights. So
Yeah.
everybody has some. They'll make fish, and then everybody around the neighborhood would just be boxing. And once I started boxing, they like you need to take him to the gym. My grandfather was already a part of the Corey Spink stable and Devin Alexander and all of them. So it's like it went hand in hand, to be honest, you know. And once I got a chance to see,
So you say you come from a boxing family. Tell us about some of the guys in your family.
well, my uncles, they both turned professional, but they didn't really go like far, you know. So with me, they said, take it all the way, stay focused, and just box. That's
Yeah,
it. I don't want you to do nothing. They got caught up in the streets, and they
yeah,
wanted to generate money the best way they can, by them just having kids or whatever. So with me, they was just like, man, whatever you do, stay focused. I don't have any kids. I'm
yeah,
just on that journey to,
yeah.
becoming world champion, and that's my main focus. Like I said, like back in my city is not really too much hope. So once I get that belt, I can just go back and just get them hope and just make a big difference.
You could be the Terrence Crawford like he did for
No,
Omaha.
No,
no,
he
I
could
am,
be. He
I
could
am,
be.
I am gonna be the gift for St. Louis.
Yeah, I gonna say he could be the Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Senior didn't do as good as Mayweather did.
No,
You know
no,
what I mean?
Well, now
but it's only one. It's only one of them. It's only
Yeah,
gonna be one Floyd. You gotta be you.
you gotta be
see
you.
now
Absolutely.
it's
You gotta be you.
interesting that he brought up Floyd because your
Uh huh.
trainer is from Floyd Gym, right? Your
Uh
new
huh.
trainer, Mr. Ramos.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that and about the change that you made because I think you changed after you took your first loss
Yeah.
and you guys are now 2-0.
Uh huh. Yes. Well, I call it, some say a loss. August 14th for last year, I had my first lesson, but to be honest, I feel like during the time of just what I endured, it was the best thing that happened to me. Just not only in my career but in my life. I was able to see who was for me, who wasn't, and
There you
I
go.
had to be in the gift they give. So I had to make the necessary adjustments as well as changes. So, I just put all the pieces together, and it's like, man, I feel so free. I never been so happy in my life and at peace. You know what I mean? Like this already a ruthless sport, and boxing is corrupt. It's To me, it's worse than the streets. So,
I'm
but this
telling
what I
you.
love, and I've
Yeah,
been doing it all my life. And I
right.
said, no, even though I'm 122, they always say the small guys don't generate a lot of money. But guess what? I'm gonna be the smallest and make the biggest difference. Mark my words.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean, shoot, hold on. Nito De Niro and them, that boy makes some money, so it's there.
Yeah, for
Ray
sure.
Charles, he
But
did get it.
during that fight, I mean, as a boxer, you can't really cry or complain. You don't make excuses.
Yeah,
But my my corner, I fought alone. You know what I mean? Like I'm
yeah,
training with these people. So
yeah,
guess what?
yeah.
Even though it's just me in that ring, we a unit. We all one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they are a part of me. So with that being
Absolutely.
said, when I go to war, we go to war. You get what I
That's
mean?
right.
And
That's
my
right.
that fight, I didn't
War.
have
I like
my,
that.
my my coach didn't really train me, to be honest. Like quiet as kept. I never
Okay.
went on air. I never even said it. But it's like
Okay.
we went from like training, hitting mitts and defensive drills, all of that on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? That's how I became like great. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
once I had won a fight, like a nice fight, and he stopped, like we got content. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He wanted like money as if I'm a world champion yet. Like that's all part of the journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with
Yeah.
that being said, he didn't give me his all how he did prior. So once I went in a fight, I man, you should never have no worry in the world. You shouldn't care about you should never have not caring about nothing when it comes to fighting. Like you have to be aware. You know what I mean? Because you have to use your brain when competing. It's not about how much heart you got. Of course, I mean you have to have heart, but it's like mind over everything. Like I'm gonna beat you because I'm smarter than you. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna beat you because I work harder than you. But this was my first time being knocked down, right? So
Yeah.
being young, I felt embarrassed. You get what I'm saying? Like boom, I get knocked down. I'm like, I actually, when I went down, I was smiling because it's so crazy because prior to the fight, I told myself, like, I don't see how
Yeah.
guys get knocked down. I can't see myself getting knocked down. I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, I feel like I got great enough defense. I can't see myself getting cut. Everything that I said happened to me in one night. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, boom, I get knocked down. Boom, one time
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, this guy just strong. But
Yeah.
I'm down, but I'm laughing. But me not being a seasoned professional, what I do, I jump right up. I'm still hurt. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I take
Right.
my whole 8 seconds, I can
Yeah.
recover a little bit better.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? So boom, I get knocked down. I get back up. Boom, I go down again. Right, I looked at the ref. I said, hey man, I don't care what you do, you better not stop this fight.
Yeah.
You stop this fight, I'm on your ass. You know, I told him just like that. So I
Yeah.
get knocked down again, right? And then
Yeah.
boom, a cut. I got a cut. So the round over, and what people don't know is I couldn't see out of one eye. So I get back to the corner, and my coach, he just like froze up, like Kenny, get in the ring, get in the ring. So the cut man, you know, he jump in the ring, and he helped stop the bleeding or whatever. And
Yeah.
like, man, I finished the fight strong. I feel like, despite me being knocked down, if I didn't, I would have won the fight. You know what I mean? I finished strong, and I told myself after that first round, I came out to the corner, I was smiling. I said, I'm going tonight. I told myself, I said, I'm going tonight. That means I'm going all the way. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not getting stopped. I told
Yeah.
myself that. I said,
Okay.
one way or another, I'm not getting stopped. I told the ref, you watch out. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Yeah.
after that, I feel like, man, people was messaging me saying, man, you have a heart of gold. It's no way that I could see myself finishing a fight like that. But where I'm from, that's what made me. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
got nuts like no other. I got a heart of a lion. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's all part of the gift. And you know, one
Yeah.
day I'm gonna be able to tell my story, and I'm gonna be thankful because
You
you all
shutting it
gave me the
down.
opportunity to tell it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in the
Absolutely.
world, I'm gonna be multi-division world champion.
Yeah.
4 different weight classes. I'm speaking
Yeah.
into existence. I'm gonna keep on working on a day-to-day basis. Man, I just want to say thank y'all for having me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nah,
You gotta remember, like, you got one loss in your record.
Yeah, 14-1.
14-1. Listen, man, listen. The best, the greatest of all time have lost. From Muhammad Ali
Uh-huh.
to Joe Louis to Sugar Ray Robinson. Them is guys I consider the greatest. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearn.
Right.
So hey, listen, I lost my first fight.
Hey
Everybody
man,
thought it
you
was
can't
over.
say all them names without putting yourself in there now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I rather for you to put me out there, because they say God said if you toot your own horns, then there you go. So I
Yeah.
rather be somebody else to say it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I did an interview one time where I did a video one time, a video with the greatest Michigan fighters. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I had everybody in there except me. I wanted to put me in there, but I said, you know
Right.
what? Let me be humble. They
Right.
know if I should be in there or not. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
But no, a lot of times, they say a quiet mouth don't get fed. But yeah, back to you, just one loss, man. Listen, I'm telling you, I lost on full time. People thought it was over with. Man,
Right.
you listen, as long as you got God, all things are possible. One loss ain't nothing. I
Right.
lost 6 fights. 6 fights. You know what I mean? The crazy part though is when you lose one fight though in boxing, it's like, it could be the end of your career, especially if you are defeated. But what you
Right.
stand tall, you're gonna be good. But in MMA, you lose 10 fights and you still good. Because
Yeah.
the crowd or the fans will support you more. But
Uh-huh.
in boxing, it's just not the same. And that's what I hate. I hate that about boxing. That's the reason why the best don't fight the best, because they know if they lose, they might not ever get a shot.
Right.
Fans will turn their back on you so quick.
so when's your next fight, there?
My next fight, February 25th, Phoenix, Arizona, at the Celebrity Theater.
Oh
And,
yeah, who you
I
sign
will,
with?
I will be the co-main event. I'm not signing anybody right now.
Boy, we got everybody on here, free agents, boy. That's
Yeah.
good.
yes, sir.
I
Yes,
love
sir.
it.
And
Oh
young men,
man,
young men. No,
how
But
old are you? How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. Yeah, you a young man, boy. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, you 24. Yeah, you a baby in the game. With
Yeah.
15 fights, that ain't bad. Do
Yeah.
you
now,
know
So
who you fight? Do you know who
did,
you
did
fight?
yeah, did I see that your opponent had what 33-9 or something like that?
yes,
Oh, you fought a real fight.
That's his coming. That's the fight he's got upcoming,
it's coming
right?
up. Yeah.
Oh,
But
uh,
but
is he
but
from?
my
Is he from Phoenix? I mean, are you the A side?
yes, for
Okay,
sure.
good.
Yeah. But
Okay,
even but even after the August 14th fight, right?
yeah,
I told my team, I said, like, get me right back in the ring before the year out. You know what I'm saying? What people don't know is I fought after that, and I'm fighting again. Like I
Okay.
wasn't gonna let that deter me or, stop me from becoming what I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is this a 6 or 8 round?
This an 8 rounder,
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you're fighting, when did you say February 27th,
February 25th.
25th, and
Mm-hmm.
and we're in Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix, Arizona, Celebrity Theater,
Okay.
co-main event.
I had to make sure I let them know that we are here on Twitter, that we are here live right now with the champ, the
Uh-huh.
future champ, Darren the Gift.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you, Cunningham. Yep,
yeah. Cunningham,
yep,
Yeah.
DC. But
yeah.
you ain't from DC, but hey.
No, but I got a lot of love that way.
Yeah,
Oh,
a lot of love that way. Yeah,
well,
so yeah, Darren, my man's James King. Where you find him at, James King? James King got you on the show, see?
I appreciate
oh,
it.
hey, he's one of the guys that uh, Mario Serrano is his publicist, and as you know,
Uh
a
huh.
lot of the young fighters that we
Yes.
get on the show, Mario,
That's good.
is the gentleman that does it, Las Vegas connection. So,
Okay.
yeah,
So
so
you say, so hold on, you say you fight February 25th. Today is what, the 8th, right?
Yes.
So you got like 2 weeks to go.
2 weeks to go.
Okay, so you still going real hard then, right?
Training real hard, extremely hard,
And
and
you out there in Vegas, so you out there where it's warm, man. That's actually what you got on right
uh,
now.
it ain't
yeah.
that warm in Vegas. I just left
I'm
there, man.
yeah.
Man,
It's a little
I'm in
windy.
Detroit.
Yeah,
I'm in Detroit.
yeah,
It's
yes.
what's the weather?
It's about, I would say, about 50 something, 60
Oh
degrees.
man, listen, I would trade y'all weather for my weather anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. Nah, for
They
real.
tell him that's why we moved. There's an old saying: "Go west, young man, go west." That's tell him that's it.
Yeah,
you know, uh,
right, yeah.
yeah.
It's
But
it's money. It's the money. It's money right here where we at. So that's why I'm gonna stay here for a little longer. When I come out there, I can stay out there and be real comfortable. I
Yeah.
can put my feet up in the air and ain't got to worry about putting them down.
now,
Uh-huh.
you still have family back in St. Louis? Uh,
Yeah, yeah. My
there.
whole family's back in St. Louis.
How were they doing this recent storm? Were you in contact with them?
Yeah, everybody was doing good. Actually, yeah, my mom and my grandmother, they was in the house the whole time, so everybody was doing good. They
Okay.
didn't
All
get
right.
caught up
Well,
in it really. They were already prepared inside the house.
yeah, we all always want to take care of the moms and the grandmothers, and they're all part of our history. Uh,
Yeah.
so,
Who was your
Darren,
manager? Yeah, I want to know. I want to know a few
oh,
more questions. Who was your manager?
My manager, his name David Belcher.
David Belcher. You sound kind of familiar. David Belcher.
Uh huh.
He
yeah,
been in the game for a minute.
yeah, he's been
No,
around
not
for
not
a little
not
bit.
for
Huh?
Uh,
not too long, but he been around for a
Oh,
minute.
okay.
Uh
You
huh.
know him, James? You like to? Oh yeah, he been around.
well, he's been one of the guys that's been an up and comer. Trying to
Yeah.
and
Oh,
signing young guys like Darren and that.
Look at
You know.
James. James, look at James. Boy, you doing your homework. Boy, look at you. You ain't got no more free time, boy. You taking advantage of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, why
Uh,
you ain't staying in the
got
gym? You had to come out there and talk to us? Or what you at in the car?
yeah. I'm in the car.
Oh man, why you ain't show us the gym? We want to see what the gym look like.
Oh man. My boy had just got Lorenzo Simpson. He just got in, so he just drove off.
Oh yeah, Lorenzo Simpson. That's the strong cocky dude, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah. I've been seeing him working. I've been seeing him. He one of them guys, them up and coming guys, the guys they talking a lot about.
Yeah.
And he had a nice amateur background and all that good stuff, right?
Huh. Yep. That's
Yeah, he be with.
exactly who it is.
I think Mayweather and them signed him or something like that, right?
No, they wanted to.
They wanted to. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, why he ain't signed with him?
That's for my time when I get on the show.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, you gotta say something. He eating right now, boy. You trying to fight Deontay Wilder or somebody? You eating?
I just did,
You ain't thinking about making weight. He ain't got no fight for him no time soon, do we?
I just did 12 rounds. Got rehydrated.
Oh yeah, definitely. You ain't do 12 rounds with the gift. The gift?
Nah, that's my big little brother.
Yeah, I know. 'Cause he 120 show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Nah,
you and Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'm 130 something. I'm 132 right now, so I'm not too big.
Okay.
You big. Oh yeah, you gotta get down in weight, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know I sparred Tyson Fury too, though, boy. So the champ is over there right next to you, talking slick, boy. You better be cool. Slow down, champ. Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
but yeah, give us your social media there, Darren, and hey, we look forward to having you on right after you get that knockout over there in Phoenix.
Yeah, all my social media platforms are Darren Cunningham the third on all of them.
Oh
Darren
yeah.
Cunningham the third.
Oh yeah,
Follow me. I'm gonna
you
follow
see
you
that
back,
third
bro.
up there, right? You see
Huh?
that third up there,
Oh
James?
yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, okay. I see Darren the gift. I don't see the third on there.
Yeah, I didn't
Well,
make it too long. I should have put it on.
Okay. Yeah.
but that's all right. When you come back, we'll put the whole thing on there.
Hey, and next time I come back, hey man, I need some merchandise too. Y'all just can't be K9 from the top. You gotta have K9 on the bottom with me too. Hey,
All right.
so I need for you to get with Mario, and I'm gonna send him an address. I
Yeah.
need some K9 merchandise. Let me know what's the price, and we'll handle it.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, I definitely appreciate you, my dog. You know, show.
All right, my dog.
Yeah, we gotta have you. Hey, listen, we gotta have you back soon though, because I like how real you are, man. You know what I mean?
Okay, no, I
like
appreciate that.
Yeah, I like real cats, man. You know, a lot of cats,
Sure.
man, they not real. Like, I mean, I don't want to blast nobody, boy. I can blast some heavy hitters. They
No,
ain't
for sure.
real.
But listen,
You know?
little do you know, I've been watching for a long time too. It's an honor to just even be talking to you like a champion like yourself. So,
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate you. Hey, listen, I appreciate you. These cats. They ain't real. One thing about me, boy. One thing about me, I've always been real. Always been real. I don't care how much money, who I end up being around. You ain't
No,
real. I don't.
but
You know what I mean?
despite all that, you keep God first. So that's what I admire the most.
Man, hey, listen. Hashtag Jesus for life. Man, listen. Jesus for life. Hey, look. I remember after the fight, I had Charlo talking about Jesus for life. That's right. That's right. All day, man. Listen, I'm glad that you peeped that. Because cats, that'll be the least thing. Man, one cat told me one time, bro, you're just talking about the Lord too much. You know what I'm saying? We dig you, but you talk about God. Look, like, bro, if you don't get out my way, man, I'm gonna knock your head off. You trying to stop me from talking about him, boy, because that's where I get it all from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without him, we ain't nothing. Yeah, you remember Whitney Houston? I have nothing. Nothing. And I can't wish I could sing, but I can't sing that. Yeah, but much love to you, my dog. February 25th. Man, do your thing. Listen, one thing about it, boy, go knock their heads off, man. Knock their heads off. One thing about me, win, lose, or draw, go look at any of my fights. I'm always trying to go get you. I ain't playing no games with you. None of them. You feel me? That's why Floyd ducked me. Canelo ducked me. All them boys ducked me. Cotto ducked me. Man, some of the best to ever do it ducked me. You feel me? They knew what time it was. They put me in there with cats that I couldn't even get up for. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go backwards. I'm supposed to be fighting Floyd. Man, I saw Floyd like, Floyd, what's happening? He like, I'm straight, bro. You feel me? But it's all good. Yeah. I think he kind of backed up a little bit when it went away. Yeah.
We're supposed to have a guest after Mr. Baker.
Art Bad here.
Yeah. There you go, Art. What's going on, Art?
What's going on, brother? How y'all doing, bro? I saw something else going on, so I didn't know if you wanted me to stay in there, hang out, or what. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to step on anybody's toes.
Feel free if you are one of our guests. That feel free. some of those young fighters. You have a lot of experience in the game, and I know. I think you just got finished with the interview with Antonio's uh, son, Antonio Tarver's
Yeah.
son, and a few others.
Oh
So,
yeah, man, my connection went out.
uh,
Oh yeah.
uh,
Hey, but yeah, Darren, we thought you just disappeared. I said, oh. I said I must have went too hard. I started sounding like Tupac. I hear
Nah,
what?
nah. But no, like I said, man, thank y'all for having me on. Make sure that
Yeah.
you get with Mario so I can get some K9 merch and let me know the price, because I'm a support.
Oh
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
bro.
That's much love, boy. You hear me?
Appreciate you.
Yeah, you gotta come out with that K9 hat on and come in the ring with that dog, the dogs. Had them
Say no
pit
more.
bulls coming into the ring with
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Yeah. And you gotta tell them Jesus for life.
Jesus for life.
Jesus for life, bro. One
Appreciate
love,
you.
my dog.
Thank you.
You know
Okay.
you.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Uh,
All right, bad. What's up,
Yeah.
bro?
Hey, how you feeling, K9? What's good with you, man?
Man, I feel good, man. Hey, James Keenan woke me up.
Oh yeah, I hear
Hey, I was
that.
asleep, boy. I was asleep.
now,
Yeah,
now,
Yeah.
Art.
yeah. How you,
Uh,
James?
I'm doing good. Art stays on Clubhouse a lot, K9, and he brings a lot to the table. As I was saying,
Okay.
he just had an interview with Antonio Tarver Jr.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he was talks to some of uh, the most knowledgeable people on the
Yeah.
Clubhouse. Art. Uh, I know the last time you were here, we got a little bit into your background, but tell people a little bit about yourself before we start talking about
All
what
right.
happened in the ring.
Yeah.
Hey James, all right, let me say something before it slipped my brain. They wanted me to fight Antonio Tarver Jr. It offered me some peanuts. I said, oh man. Stop it.
Uh,
Go ahead, Art.
yeah, that's interesting because he's been, talking about that. The fact that he's trying to get some fights lined up and whatnot. But
Okay.
we'll get into that. But yeah,
Yeah.
Art Brad, yeah, like James said, been hanging out on Clubhouse. We do a punch by punch. It's called
Okay.
Speaks with Art Brad on Punch by Punch. Definitely want to
Okay.
get you on there too, K9. So
Oh yeah.
the show really, man, is about, it's about boxing, right? But we really try to get into the lives of these fighters, so that some of the younger guys that are coming up, they
Yeah.
understand that to get to a certain level in the game, it's a process. You're not just gonna
Yeah.
jump in and jump to the top, right? So
Exactly.
that's how we started. And then man, we just been getting a lot of tremendous stories. People been talking about, just a whole plethora of things that they, been involved with coming up. We
Okay.
had Andre Durrell on there, man, and Peter Quillen came
Yeah.
in as a person as a guest, and they ended up talking. Chop
Yeah.
Chop, he comes through pretty frequently, so Tarver been on there, Tarver Jr. as well.
Yeah.
We had Jeff Mayweather on there. So tomorrow, as a matter of fact, we got Sabrina Parr coming on, right? And
Who?
Sabrina Parr. So people say, well, what does she have to do with boxing? She's doing this celebrity deal out in Jersey, I think. In March, she's gonna promote that a little bit and just tell her
Okay.
story, because she has a
Okay.
very, very intriguing, interesting, story. She's an athlete. Went through some things and now she's doing a lot of entrepreneurial stuff. We're basically trying to set up some things for March because it's recognize women in March. So we just had Christy Martin on there
Mhm.
last week. So
Okay.
that's the direction we're going in, man.
Yeah.
So that's what it's
Okay.
been so far.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. Oh yeah. All you gotta do is reach out to me. You can get my number from JK, and I would love
Yeah,
to be on the show. Yeah. It's all
absolutely,
good. And
absolutely.
it don't matter
Yeah,
who's on your show. I'm gonna come on there, boy. You hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
love to have you just come in, man, because there are a lot of people. Yeah, so and then we run these little groups, that we talk about every fighter that probably ever existed. Your
Yeah.
name has come up several times, so it'd
Yeah.
be good to have you there. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. 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 Yep. It's all good, boy. It's all good. When did you start this platform that you're doing now? And what made you start the platform that you're doing now?
So and I won't be too long-winded, right? But I was we had this group on Facebook, and we were basically just talking, and there are a lot of fighters in the group from all over the world, really. So we
Yeah,
would just make comments before every fight and do that kind of thing. And then I said, well, you know what? I might need to go ahead and start a podcast because a lot of people are talking about
yeah,
different things. And
yeah,
then I stumbled across that Clubhouse app, and I
yeah,
said, well, this may be a good, place to start getting people together for the podcast. And that's
yeah,
pretty much what happened, man. We, Jeff came in that one day, and then we started talking to him, and now we got a group of people that are involved with it on a regular basis. And
yeah.
that's what it was. We just talking about it, man, because right now, you got to really be inside the boxing community to talk to people that really, really know. If you're a person that's not hanging out at the gym or actual fighter or someone that's around the game. So
Yeah,
what we wanted to do is kind of bring that to other people so we could keep this sport going because you see what's happening with the
exactly.
Olympics and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff, which I
yeah,
think is a little crazy. But we
yeah,
want to make sure people are aware of what's going on in boxing and that these are real people. They got everyday lives, a lot of great fighters, and just get them an opportunity to tell their story and impact other people. So that's what it is.
Now, Clubhouse started out. Uh, the only way you could get into Clubhouse, you had to have an iPhone, and
Right.
then they now it's adapted to where you can use an Android phone. But one of the things that one of the reputations that Clubhouse began with was kind of like it was more of a fraternity. It was, it was a lot of, um, it wasn't open. In other words, like you're talking about, you have boxers, you have trainers, you have different people that are, that have life stories to tell. What made you come up with that concept and not just strictly as a boxing concept?
Well, so the thing is, right, my father fought professionally, so um I've been around the sport of boxing, man, all my life. And I boxing was the first sport I was exposed to, but I got a taste of the football, and that's pretty much where I went with it, right? And so, but I was still, I would box around the neighborhood, different places. Um, I had a situation where I was transferring schools to play football in college, and then I had to back then you had to sit out a year to establish residency, right? So I had
Right.
started training, and I was training real seriously for about 8 9 months because I was, I said I'm gonna go jump in this ring because I had been getting in different rings and here and there, but I didn't really get real serious about it. And then I got a guy who was training, the Walt Jackson. He was telling me, he said, man, you need to get in here and do this stuff because you a little further ahead than a person just starting out, and you can probably do some things. So, I did that, and then, I ended up, of course, not pursuing a career in boxing, but um, as as we fast forward to now, I noticed that most of the shows they talk about boxing, and it's more or less a debate type of scenario, like who's gonna win, is this person better, that person better, and then I started thinking about the people that I had met going through this whole journey, and I said it'd be great if we could start telling stories and get people to talk about what the process is, because some people they may not get to a point that they thought they would get to simply because they didn't know how to do it. They didn't know how to be disciplined. They didn't know how to, do the things that are necessary to become a professional athlete. And then once they did hit a certain point, how to stay on point. How to maintain, like how to stay on weight. Not get too heavy between fights and just these little disciplines and so forth. So I thought it would be good to have fighters come on, tell those stories, just talk about those things, some of the things that they may have been through in life. Maybe some younger person, would be able to relate to it and then take whatever it was that they heard, apply it to their life, and then be successful. So, that's really where the thought come from. And I've been involved with youth, for a very long time. So I'm always thinking in that realm because I feel like the babies are the people that we need to teach.
Yes.
And if we're able to do that, we can start to impact some of the things that are happening now. So
So where are you from?
I grew up in Sanford, Florida. I know you all probably familiar with what Sanford is by now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I grew
yeah.
up in Sanford, Florida. Yeah, right.
And,
So
and,
go ahead.
and where are you now? And where what city are you operating out of?
South Florida. Yeah. Fort
South
Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Okay.
y'all rubbing it
Right.
in, boy. It's hot where y'all at.
Well, you
Chilly
Well,
here.
know,
K
yeah,
K9, you
it's a
fought in
little.
Fort Lauderdale, didn't you?
I think I did. I know I fought in Florida. I don't know exactly where at in Florida. My
I
last
think it
fight.
was.
Yeah.
It might
I
have been
thought it was.
actually there.
I think it was. I thought it was
Is that the
South.
Hard Rock? I think it was right? The last one.
Yeah. What was it? Your
Uh-huh.
last fight? I think
Uh,
it was. Well, hey.
I
yeah.
was just talking to somebody about that, boy. When I go to my fights, they come pick me up. I go get dropped off at the airport. They come pick me up at the airport. They take me to the fight.
I get
I
it.
don't be
Yeah.
knowing where the hotel be. You know what I mean? I know where I'm at, but I don't know where I'm at. I know where I'm
Yeah.
fighting, but I don't know exactly where I'm fighting. They come pick you up. VIP everywhere.
Right.
So
You know,
so do you have some
I
programs going down there?
Now he's about to great
nah,
say.
but
What was about to great
no.
say, man?
Well, oh, I was gonna say, you know, I got family in Detroit also,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I know that's your state. I lived up there for a year, and I was up there in the summers, for a lot. So I know about that stomping ground really, pretty well. But
Y-
yeah, so what we getting ready to do? I just spoke with some folks yesterday, and I don't know, it's not concrete, haven't been finalized, but they're gonna come down, and we're gonna be setting up some places for them to go speak to the kids, that are involved with gyms and boxing and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
So it's really starting to grow, and that's the brother Paul Williams, and his management. We talked yesterday. Like I said, we haven't finalized it, but there's some preliminary thing that's happening, and
Oh,
we're gonna
that's
do it pretty
good.
quick, So,
Are
but
we talking about
the-
the Paul Williams?
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. How you doing?
The Punisher, the
Yeah. How the
Yes,
Punisher.
pussy
sir.
doing?
Well, I haven't spoken to him directly. I talked to his management, and
Yeah.
but they say he's doing well, and they got a
Good.
foundation, so they want to
Yeah,
start doing some things with the foundation, and
Okay.
hopefully
yeah,
it's gonna work well. We can help them do that.
yeah. I
Oh,
know
that's
some people
wonderful.
that have been connected with his foundation. A major that's in the army, Boyd Nelson, the guy that we've had on a couple of times. Yeah, and he has been involved with Paul since his injury. Uh,
Yeah.
he
Right.
specializes in athletes that have spinal cord injuries.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
yeah,
okay.
it's been quite a while. Glad to hear that the
Yeah.
champ is doing
Punisher.
well.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
That boy.
Well,
Boy.
what's interesting? I saw so much love for him, man, out in Vegas. It's one of those fights. It's been some time back. I think it was the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. I was walking
Okay.
down the MGM and I just saw these people running, and I'm thinking, oh man, something, maybe something popped off out here. I better duck and hide or whatever. But then I saw the energy was like, laughter and everybody was real jovial, right? So I took a look and it was Paul, man, just in the center of all these people. And they were trying to,
Yeah.
hug him, take pictures with him and all kind of things, man. So he has a lot of support and a lot of love out
Yes,
here.
yes, he
That's
does.
good,
Yes, he
man.
does.
He deserve it. He deserve it.
Yeah,
I remember actually meeting him. You know what I mean? I was about to get ready to fight, so I was doing getting the blood work, and I think he was getting the blood work too because he's about to fight too. And he was like, "Yeah, what up, K9?" And I'm like, "Oh, what up?" I didn't even know it was him. My wife told me like That was Paul Williams. I was like, oh, that was because he didn't look like I didn't think he was gonna be that tall. He was like a giant. They say I
Yeah,
think they say 6'1", he like 6'3", 6'4". He was real tall. Probably because he
yeah,
was kind of lean with it.
right.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah,
giant, giant.
Yeah,
yeah. I really enjoyed watching him, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
it would be an honor to get Paul on the show too. Maybe when you guys get your foundation together, we could get both of you on together. But in the meantime, Fort Lauderdale is a place where we know uh, there has been a lot of at-risk youth, and
Right.
it's been hard, especially during the pandemic, where there weren't a lot of places for them to go. How have you been able to reach back out to these youth in the various neighborhoods?
Well, the thing that I've been doing is basically I so at one point in time I was trying to hit everybody as much as I could, because I was actually in the school systems in South Florida, right? And some
Okay.
people didn't take liking to what I was saying in the school system because I would talk about things that they and like I can't even imagine if I was in the school system now what they're trying to not allow you to talk about, right? And so,
Oh,
they actually I got blackballed from from whole South Florida, and I'm gonna tell that
yeah.
whole
We've been.
story.
I've been watching in South Florida. I mean, Florida today. About that whole
Yeah,
thing about what you can't say and you can't teach. But go ahead, brother. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
yeah. So and that was back then, man. That was some years back. But so then I realized that you don't have to grab everybody at one time. You can just grab one at a time, and then you teach that one. That one will go teach his homeboy, and then they'll teach another one, and that's how we do. Each one teach one. So what I try to do now is catch them that way. But like I said, I want to do some things with all of these fighters that we have contact with or access to because they're visible, they have that visibility, right? And they got stories to tell, they got advice to give, and I think that will be very impactful for a lot of youth. So during the pandemic, man, a lot of people were in the house pretty much, when schools were shut down, people were in the house doing things over the internet and that sort of thing. So it was very limited, right? When you go back when I go back and examine it because of the restrictions and so forth that took place. And when that stuff lifted, it still was people were scrambling around because people were still getting sick, still going to the hospital. So everybody was really moving cautiously. Well, some were moving cautiously, some were just wide open. Just depending on what side of the spectrum you were on. And so I tried to really, really stay safe, and because there were a lot of people that I knew that had been impacted, some with death, some with sickness, and that kind of thing. And I do a lot of extra studying about the whole scenario. So, I really tried to stay in a safe place and not be out around too many people, but I'm confident on how to move through everything. So we're gonna see how that aspect of it will allow us to do things that we need to do so we can have a little more personal contact. But we're gonna figure out a way. Depending on well, it doesn't matter what it is, we still figure out a way. So that's where we are with right now.
Well, now I'm gonna get a little conventional with you because, yeah, I want to know your opinion about some of these fights coming up and what you think about some of these fighters. So I want to talk about Errol Spence a little bit, and his fight
Yeah,
coming up with Ugas.
yeah.
Ugas pulled off the big upset, but now we know April 16th, barring any unforeseen difficulties, it'll be Errol Spence and Ugas to unify the title. I want to know your
I,
thoughts on that, brother. Come on with it.
well, we talked a little bit about it before, man. First of all, let me say this. I'm gonna start out by this. Errol Spence, man, I've been following him for a long time. He actually fought a couple places at a place around the corner from where I live a while back when he was just turning pro. And I saw he was going to be on the card. Boom! I got the ticket quick. I was in there, because I wanted to check him out. Uh, so I'm a big fan of Errol, and because I love the sport of boxing, it's really hard for me to have favorites because I just look at skill set. I just look at what people are doing in the ring, and I know that
Yeah,
I look at matchups. Now,
yeah,
Ugas, he's tough, man. I don't think it's going to be no cakewalk for Errol. Ugas is a fighter that could possibly beat Errol. I mean, because I'm not the type of person that say, "Oh, he gonna walk through it," because he got another man in front of you. So, you can't just say that about another man. You can't overlook a person just because you may feel like you might look a little slicker in the ring, or you might have had, a better record or whatever the case is. So I think that's gonna be a really good fight. Ugas is gonna be a real tough opponent. My expectation is that Earl will come out with the victory. But I think it's gonna be a tough fight. I'm excited to see it, and I can't wait till it happens.
yeah, yeah. Hey, to be honest with you, I think as a fighter, I think the best fighter in boxing right now, the best fighter in boxing, I think is Errol Spence. I don't think the only thing that could
Mm,
be Errol Spence is Errol Spence. If his eye
mm,
is fully healed, he gonna destroy Ugas because that man. Listen, anytime you can survive a car crash and don't pick no easy cakewalk, you know what I mean. Your very first fight, you go out there and you fight the toughest guy. He didn't have to fight the toughest guy. He said, "Give me Danny Swift Garcia." I said, "Oh
yeah,
man, he just had a car accident." I said, "Oh man, he in trouble." That boy went out there and swept that Danny Garcia, and we ain't saw Danny Garcia since. Danny Garcia said, "You know what? I don't want to be a welterweight
yeah,
anymore. I'm gone." Beep beep.
yeah.
So that guy, if his eye is fully healed, man, listen, he gonna be mad and he gonna destroy Ugas because he didn't get to fight with Manny Pacquiao.
Mm. You know, um, I saw. So when I watched the Danny Garcia fight, I felt
Yeah,
like that was the best boxing display I had seen of Errol.
man.
Maybe Mikey, but and I don't mean that as a dig or anything like that. I just feel like he boxed him beautifully. Like he was just in and out, that type of thing.
Yeah,
Typically, you might see him. Errol will give up some money sometime on the inside, but he'll come in and that's what he's doing. And he does a lot of defensive work with shoulders too. A lot of people may
yeah,
not know his butt. But I just felt like that was an excellent boxing display. Now I did have some concern about the car crash and the
yeah,
side of his face
yeah,
with the teeth and so forth. Because I was looking at his
yeah,
face while he was doing
yeah.
interviews and it was swollen
Right.
a lot. It looked like
Oh,
it
you
was
noticed that?
swollen.
That's what I'm
Yeah, and then
saying.
one interview he was saying that he had to go have another surgery.
Yeah,
And this was
how
before
hold
in
on.
between the
You
fight.
said you said give up some money. What you talking about? Give up some money on the inside. What that mean?
Get hit.
Okay, get hit. That's that young
Yeah,
boy
let me
talk.
get
You
hit.
get give up some money. You be in the streets with the
Yeah,
young boys. You gotta train them young boys. Let them
yeah,
put you on
yeah,
game.
yeah. They put me up on it, they tell me I ain't giving up no money. As a
I
matter
get
of fact, man,
yeah.
I'm gonna send you guys a video, man, after this thing of this kid in Alabama that I want y'all to check out. He's at 125. And
Okay.
man, you got to watch him. But we were just talking about it a couple days ago, So, but yeah, to your point. But so I had a little concern, but I mean, man, Errol, he's a professional. I mean,
Yeah.
he's an Olympian,
Yeah.
tough, rugged dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna come to fight. He's gonna fight, and I would not be
Yeah.
surprised if he destroys Ugas,
Yeah.
but I feel that's going to be a toughest fight because Ugas is not going to lay down either. It's another
Right.
man,
Yeah.
on the other side of that ring, so he's
Yeah.
not going to lay down. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, man. That's why I
Right.
love it. You got to fight the fight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Errol Spence is just a big dude for his weight class. So he's a big dude and he's tough and he know how to get the work down. And him and his trainer, they gel together. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know if his trainer will ever produce another world champ. it's like I'm gonna give you an example. Andre Ward's trainer. What's Andre Ward's trainer name?
Oh,
Um,
you thought,
uh,
oh man,
hold on, let me tell you.
Andre,
Now we
on,
start calling me Keisha Cole Daddy.
Yeah,
yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
Virgil Hunter.
Virgil
Virgil
Hunter,
Hunter.
Virgil
yeah,
Hunter, yeah, yeah,
Virgil
Virgil Hunter.
Hunter. With him and Andre Ward jailed together like never before. Outside of Andre Ward, I'm gonna give you another
yeah.
example. Ann Wolf and what's the kid name?
Kirkman, James Kirkman.
Kirkland,
There you go, James Kirkland and Wolf.
Yeah,
Manny
yeah.
Pacquiao and what's the man name?
Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach. Yeah.
Yeah,
um, it could be what's the man? Oh, so now you got Errol Spence and his trainer. So I mean,
right.
whether he can produce from somebody else or not, those two gel together like peanut butter and jelly. It's a perfect match. And I think they can go. We got to remember now, this is still the Errol Spence that word on the streets is he gave it to Floyd Mayweather in the gym.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so and he was humble enough to not to put it out there. He said, I respect this young man, Floyd. A lot of these young guys nowadays, they care less about, guys that came before them. You know what I mean? And he was
right.
humble enough to respect them. And I think that, the accident, dented him a little bit, but I think in another instance, it actually got him on track. You know what I mean? He got closer and took boxing even more serious. So I mean, hey,
Yeah,
listen, a second chance at life. And man,
right.
listen, he going all out. And I think that he
Oh
really
well,
pissed. He really pissed that he didn't get the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao. Because that Manny
say
Pacquiao
that.
fight, he would have probably beat Manny Pacquiao. Because if Ugas
Yeah,
did it, you got to think that he would have did it. So he ended up taking
right.
some from Errol Spence without taking some from Errol Spence. So Errol Spence got to beat the man to beat the man to beat the man. And then he gonna fight, hopefully, Terrence Crawford.
well
Yeah.
now
I would agree with all that.
Yeah,
we got another big fight coming up in April 30th.
yeah.
Shakur Stevens versus Oscar
Mm.
Valdez. What's your thoughts on that one,
Well,
Art?
man, I just feel like Shakur is the man right now.
Yeah.
Like you say, the best fighter in boxing. I
That's
say
another
Shakur
unification
is
fight.
pushing. He's pushing hard for that title. And I think he has a little bit more to go. And he's,
Yeah.
we're gonna start talking about him in that light here. I mean,
Yeah,
already a lot of people saying that about him, but I just watched the stuff that he does in the ring, man, and he
Yeah.
seems a lot. He seems like he's a lot further along for his record,
Yeah.
in terms of just his technical ability and
Yeah.
like his defense is on point all the time.
Right.
But I think Shakur going now the way that you feel about Errol and Ugas, I feel that
Yeah.
way about Shakur, and what I'm saying. I think he's gonna just mop him up and on to the next one.
But is that fight signed? Because last time I looked, I saw Shakur Stevenson on Twitter talking about some man. He ain't signed the contract yet. Like they scared, they ducking. You feel me?
Well, I know they putting a lot of stuff. I just saw something today. I think it was on
yeah,
Facebook or something like that about them. Like they talking about it like it is, but you know how that goes. We'll
Oh
see.
man, listen. Hey, listen. When a guy know you can beat him, and you got a country behind you, he ain't too quick to get in there with you. You know what I'm saying? He'll beat
Yeah,
around the bush and throw your name out there to kind of bring attention to his name because Shakur Stevenson,
right.
we know is a better fighter, but he might not be a bigger name because his other man, as we say, James, got a country behind him. You know what I'm saying? So he might be bigger to us in America, but do America support boxing more than the other countries? No, they support MMA. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, right? There've been a lot of them that have come that had countries behind them, and
Yeah.
they bit the dust. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
He's Joshua. That's true. That's true. But
Hey,
they
them
stock,
and the country bit the dust.
yeah, but they stock still didn't go nowhere. Look,
No,
man,
you're
listen,
right. You're right.
a fighter from America can't go out there and do what Anthony Joshua did. Go out there and lose like he lost like both
Yeah,
times, and still got a
right.
fan base out of this world. He could still go sell out 100,000 foot arena. over in his
Yeah.
country. You know, Deontay Wilder
Right.
lost the fight, man, and oh man, they try to doodle on him like never before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was sad, you know. And at the same time, when he was undefeated, the man had a record of 41 wins, 41 knockouts. Let me rewind that. 41 wins and 41 knockouts. And he was not
That's incredible.
bigger than Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. And we talking about these guys were champions, but they didn't have a knockout ratio he had. This man was the most feared fighter since Mike Tyson.
Right.
But the following wasn't there. Like you would think, like, man, you know, I don't think Anthony Joshua wanted no smoke. And even Tyson Fury said, man, he would knock Deontay Wilder would knock Anthony Joshua out. It won't go past 3 rounds.
Well, Tyson Fury
Yeah.
just called Joshua a bum.
That's what I'm talking about.
He said,
He said
he- I mean,
Wilder would knock him out in 3 rounds.
I mean, put
Yeah.
it out in there, black and white. I mean, you know Tyson Fury.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
Well, here's how I look at this whole Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder situation, right?
yeah,
So you always hear this now, and K9, I really want to hear you. Hear what your opinion is of what I'm about to say as a fighter, right?
yeah,
You constantly hear the fact that, or people say, well, they're weight classes for a reason,
yeah,
right? You hear that all the
yeah,
time. But then when we get to the heavyweights, there's no limit. And
yeah,
so you got Deontay Wilder. He got in and bumped with Tyson Fury 3 times.
yeah,
I mean, the dude is 40 plus pounds, over
yeah,
his weight. You
yeah,
know, so I mean, I give Wilder a whole lot of credit, man, because actually the first fight, I feel like he got him. For whatever reason, they didn't have multiple different reasons. I feel like it was a knockout. That's just my personal feeling, right? He should
yeah,
have got
yeah.
the win. Should have been a knockout. Then we
we
saw what happened
all
the second
we
fight.
all know that Jack counted to 12.
Right, right.
Yeah,
But you
right,
know what?
right.
Listen, my thoughts on that is this right here. If you knock a man down and he get up, knock him out.
Mm,
Especially when you 41 wins with 41 knockouts. So,
right,
guess what? If I knock you down, you're not going to come back and win the fight. I'm knocking you down, I'm knocking you out, or I'm definitely going to dominate you. The referee going to stop the fight, or I'm going to definitely win the fight. Ain't nobody out of knockdown ever beat me.
right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But, even with the Tyson situation, Tyson fought Buster Douglas, and they so-called, maybe they did count to 10, but guess what? You knocked him down, you got to finish him after that. You don't go to the head no more.
Yeah.
Hey, he blocking the headshots now because you're going to the head because you knocked him out with a headshot. Go to the
Yeah.
body. Go to the
Right,
body. You got
right.
to finish him. That's like when you're in the ring with a guy and you see blood. His nose can just start bleeding, and you ain't even got to hit him, but you see that blood, you like a shark in there. You know what I'm saying? You going for that blood now. You feel like you did that. I'm about
It's
to get
time to
you.
get him.
It's
Yeah,
time to
it's
get
time
him.
to chew him.
Man, I ain't know. Piranha smelled some blood. It was over with. You in that water, you too. I wouldn't care if you was Charles. It's over.
Right.
It's over. So
Yeah, but I hear that. I hear that definitely.
yeah,
You
yep,
know.
yep, yep. I think that I know now word on the streets, I definitely heard that Wilder, he was actually not doing any running for that fight he had with Tyson Fury because he wanted to keep his weight up. And when you do too much running, you lose weight. And he wanted to be bigger because he felt that the weight advantage from Tyson Fury in the last fight kind of took a lot out of him. So he wanted to be stronger. But I think that actually backfired because if he would have actually did some running, his legs would have been a lot stronger, and he actually would have been able to take the shots he was taking from Fury. And word on the streets, because I know some people that know some people, is that Tyson Fury didn't even actually take that fight serious. So if Wilder would have been doing some running, Wilder would have won that fight.
If
You know,
Wilder if Wilder had listened to Mark and found himself a jab, we would not be having this conversation.
but you got to remember this. If I don't know anything, I know boxing. Wilder try to knock you out with every punch that he throws.
I
And
understand that.
you
I
have to
understand that.
take some off your punches, You can't because when
Somebody,
a guy fight,
somebody else used to do that. K9.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, guess
And
what?
then as he got older, he learned. Hey, yeah, well, yeah, I knocked him out. Now I got to go to the body and finish him off.
Oh
But
yeah,
Right.
listen.
yeah,
When I sparred Tyson Fury, one thing I learned that he know how to do is he know how to work with anybody. I don't think I could have got in the same ring with Deontay Wilder.
to Wilder,
He would
right?
actually just work with me. He would probably still try to knock my head off because that's just how he fight. He
Because
probably don't know how to.
he doesn't have that control.
He don't have that control. Same thing with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson don't know how to have that control. Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
he's going
We,
100
we,
miles
One
per hour.
gear. One
Yeah,
we
gear.
saw
Yeah.
we saw that with Roy Jones.
that's what I'm talking about.
He
Yeah.
still don't. He
Roy
still.
Jones, it's money. Mike, like, bro, I'm gonna knock your head off.
Yeah.
Oh man, listen.
Yeah.
And Mike,
Robert
Real
Davis,
pit bull.
and Mike had
Yeah.
just smoked the joint before he went in the ring.
I'm
But
trying
at
to tell
least
you,
two
brother.
blunts.
That's
But
right. He see six up. He's trying to knock
Hey,
Austin out off that blunt.
right. Yeah. And he's still going 100 miles an hour. Well,
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so Art, is there somewhere that people can find you other than just Clubhouse?
Yeah, I mean, I really like, so I've never been the whole social media type thing at all. We just really did the Facebook group and that kind of stuff. But now we're starting to kind of get out because there are a lot of different things rolling around right now, and it's just recognized opportunity. We got something really big. When next time I come back, I'm gonna talk about it. That's happening right now. I'll get some paperwork on it tomorrow, but they told me not to talk about it. But it has to do with I guess I can kind of talk a little bit. It has to do with a series that's gonna be happening soon,
Yeah.
in some different places and so forth. So we'll speak about that in a little more detail. But
Okay.
I'm on Facebook. I like the group because what's happened is we're being able to contact people from all over the world. And there are a lot of, man. I knew that there were boxes everywhere, but I didn't realize how many people look at the states, for help for guys. Like there's some people in Uganda and they called me their promoter, and I'm like, hey, I'm not the promoter, I'm not the promoter, I'm just a guy here, just talking about stuff. But so that's something that I think that we can definitely leverage though, because a lot of these places have their own setup. They got the trainers, they have camps, and I think it would be good, if some of the younger promoters will go get some of these guys, bring to the states and let them experience that.
What about
Because
that
if
Botswana African team, Brad? What did they win the
yeah,
African Continent Championship? I think it
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And well, if we look at it, think of how many places there are where they just don't have the exposure, on a global level. So if the promoters here or the people that are around the sport, you and I that talk about the sport, we get these people, here to talk, and we can maybe see a whole different variety of folks, and new competitors, and that just adds to the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah,
what's the name of that Facebook group again?
it's punch by punch. Everything is punch by
Punch by
punch
Punch.
boxing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
But definitely come by the Clubhouse platform because it's something is a lot different, and we just
Yeah.
we just talking, just a conversation, about boxing.
Clubhouse. That's right. We in the
Yeah,
club with it.
that's right.
Y'all be bumping that 50 Cent in the club.
Now, we what's interesting though, we were talking about putting some production around it and that kind of stuff, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like to make it too difficult. I just like people
Yeah.
to be
Get to
able
the
to
point. Yeah, well, I
tap
got
in, some, yeah,
you. Yeah.
tap
Yeah,
into some talk.
yeah.
That's it.
And you'd be
Yeah,
surprised how a lot of these young fighters are talented in other fields,
Yeah.
music and writing, drawing. I mean,
Hmm.
it's a whole plethora of things that
Yeah.
they're into. They're not just pieces of flesh that we see between the ropes.
It's kind of like a
Right.
platform, kind of like what they did for us on the Contender, where you actually was able to see the lives of fighters in the ring, outside the ring, what they go through, that they actually have families. Are we not just a one trick pony? We got
Right.
actually lives. We actually are human. And people think that you're a fighter and that's
Yeah.
just it. Like, people were able to, from watching the Contender, they was able to come up to me and know that I'm actually a real cool dude. Not it's just all bite when I'm in the ring, but hey, outside the ring, it's a little bark. We can have fun and be
Right.
cool. It's just
Yeah,
business.
man. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now,
All right,
Yeah. So
Art.
that's
appreciate you.
yeah.
Appreciate you, brother,
I
and I
really
look forward.
definitely.
Man, you have all my information, so make sure you send us that young fighter that you were talking about.
Bart.
Uh, uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some video of him. I want y'all to look at him,
Yeah,
assess him, and the reason why is because like a lot of youthful when you have the youth, they
yeah,
they still they're looking at life like a little different, right? They feel
yeah.
like anything is possible. This is where I want to get. This kid is 19, and after I asked him, because so he was on Clubhouse, and I asked him where he was from, because I heard his accent, and I said, you sound like you're from where I'm from. And so then we just start talking one on one, and then man, he started sending me these video clips, and I was like, "Wow, you need a training." So I told myself I'm gonna do my best to put some eyes on you, and but so I want y'all just to see him, check him out. But his whole thing, his whole persona was I feel like he's hungry, and he's from Alabama, so he's not in an area where there are a lot of
Oh
people,
yeah.
a lot of access
You got
to
to
people
move.
that can
You got to
move
move
in.
it, move it,
Yeah, you know what I'm
move it.
saying. So
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
but I
move
know
it,
there are
yeah.
many people, many younger ones
Yeah.
out there like that.
What's
So
his
we
name?
want
What's
to
his
try to
name?
make
'Cause
sure.
I might know. I know a guy from Alabama that be up here, boy. He a beast.
Yeah, his name is Nasir.
Okay,
His
no,
first
let me
name is
see.
Nasir.
It's
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
That's 126. It's his weight
i-
class.
Okay.
i-
So
is he professional or amateur?
well, he's an amateur. He can turn pro though. He's
Okay.
19. He's ready.
Oh,
He when you see him, his hand speed is phenomenal. I was like,
okay.
whoa. But
All right.
It's here.
he
Sound
just
like
needs
Nas
some.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs some training. A good
He's
trainer
training.
to teach
Oh
him how
yeah.
to jab. Come
Oh
in
yeah.
behind his
You
jab a
have to
little
come to
better,
Detroit.
stuff
Might
like
have to
that.
come to Detroit. Rock bottom.
Yeah,
Get to the
get
top.
him on. Yeah,
Oh
hey, that'd
yeah.
be good for him.
It'd
Is
be a
that
good
the
look.
Joe Lewis took when
Yeah.
he from Alabama? When he up in
Oh
Yeah.
Detroit?
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
he came to
Hey,
Detroit. He came to Detroit.
yeah,
Speedway Robinson came to Detroit. He started. Hey,
that's right.
exactly. Tyson Fury came to
Yeah,
Detroit. He looking for like he came to Detroit.
yeah,
They all came here. You feel me? Hey,
yeah, that's right.
man, can't
Yeah,
beat him. You gotta
Detroit,
join him. That's
City,
right.
City.
Uh-huh.
All
Appreciate
right,
you,
Art.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Appreciate you, my man.
Hey,
Talk to you
Brad.
soon. I'll
back at
talk
you,
to you on
man.
soon.
Love y'all. Y'all take it easy, bro.
You
All right.
too,
All
bro.
right.
All right,
Okay.
cheers.
Y'all be
What's,
cool, man.
what's behind the door? What's behind the door? I want the
Uh,
number two. Door
it's
number two.
a whole bunch of these going on, actually.
Oh, what's what?
All
There's a
right,
whole bunch of
bro.
these things going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was able to grab a little room today.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. All
Yeah.
right, man. Appreciate you. Good night.
All right. Y'all take it
All right,
easy.
dog's
All right.
us. All right.
All right. Later.
Cheers.
Um, K9, we intended to have Antonio
Yeah.
and his trainer back,
Yeah. What happened?
but I'm going to give you some good news.
Oh, good. No
There,
bad news.
no,
Okay, good.
Antonio is a father. He had
Oh.
his son was born today. Uh,
Oh.
wife and son are both doing fine, but
Okay.
he's with his wife now at the hospital. So
Oh.
we'll get them on maybe next week, and
Yeah.
we'll get the I'll hold off the name and all that
Yeah.
until then.
Okay.
But Yeah. It's not all bad news. And we are family. We have fathers and children and whatnot here. So it just
Yeah,
goes to show that uh, even though fighters are, like I said, are not just those people that
yeah,
we see in between the ropes, but
right,
they're real. So
right, yeah,
our best wishes go out to the family,
yeah,
father, mother, and
yeah.
son.
Oh yeah, we appreciate you, bro, and happy Father's Day.
And that leads us to K9's corner.
Oh man, K9's corner, JK. Listen, man. Then they say birds that flock with feathers flock together. Man, be careful of your surroundings because you can be with somebody but not really with somebody, and they think you with somebody, and anything can happen. All that
A,
flossing.
a, a good example happened this Saturday in Las Vegas. If people are following it, Alvin Kamara,
Yeah,
the football player
mm,
for the New Orleans Saints,
yeah.
and his posse assaulted a young man that tried to get in the elevator with them. There's the man suffered a broken orbital bone. There's video of one of the men stomping him like
Oh
16
wow.
times. Uh, so a night in Las Vegas
Mm,
can cost you your career
yes.
because
Yeah.
it's very possible, just like we saw, with other athletes, that after the civil suit, after the
Wow.
police report, he's the charges that he's faced with carry from 1 to 5 years in prison.
Wow.
This man, young man under the
Mm,
age of 30,
yeah.
career destroyed.
50 seconds can get you 50 years.
And when you say about the people that you surround yourself with,
Yes.
the people, instead of participating in what happened, should have been the one giving him the good advice of,
Yes.
hey man, let's go,
Yes.
let's get away from this surrounding.
That's right.
We don't- we
Right.
so
Crabs in a barrel, though. Crabs in a barrel. They they don't want you to get up to the top because they ain't going to the top. So they
yeah,
pulling, they pulling. They don't want you to get there. I tried to be hood. I tried to keep it hood, but I realized I couldn't keep it hood because some of the guys in the hood ain't no good. They get to knocking on your door because they know you the champ of the world and you know them. Like, Nine, what up, Nine? Like, what up, my dog? What's happening, man? I need to use the bathroom. Like, oh, come on in. And next you know, click, click, Nine. I need the money. You know what I'm saying? Nine. Like, bro, I thought we was boys, bro. I need the money. I'm effed up, bro. So, yeah, I mean, you got to really, really watch your surroundings, watch you hang with. And one thing I learned, and actually like renting the house out. I rent a house out to somebody I know, and we cool. But that right there can turn bad quick because then they don't want to pay you the rent. And it's like, bro, you know what I mean? So,
we
man, you got to
boys.
we boys,
Yeah.
we big homies. So it can get really serious, you know what I mean? So, they say you can't even rent to your own family, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy, man, a person can be looking for you, or no, a person can be looking for him, but you with him, and you have to pay the price for being with him. So I mean, you just gotta, if you in a car with one of your homeboys, and your homeboy, you know what I mean, got a gun, on him, and it's not registered, and the police go to try to pull you over, you gonna take off. You might just be getting dropped off, over your cousin house or your girl house, anywhere. But guess what? You are with him. You are by association. Or what's that? Accessory to the crime. So you telling them like, bro, and, and God forbid he starts shooting at the police because cats is crazy nowadays. I saw a video, man, with a young man. This young man, he's in the back seat. The police, they get out, they try to, they get to talking to the guys. The next, he get out and start shooting. and they go to, you know what I'm saying, go to shooting back, and he turns around and runs the other way, and then he gets to hitting the police officer with the gun. And man, and the other police officer, you know, comes around and just get to giving it to him. And I'm like, man, what? You know, these guys think, you know, in the world we living in, that this it's a video game. You know, they playing too much of the Grand Theft Auto. You get to hitting a blunt with that, and you think that life is really a game, but it's not. 50 seconds can get you 50 years. And man, you can find me, JK, at K9 Boxing on all platforms. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you know, and the merch is at www.k9boxingfitness.com. And JK, man, you know, when you ain't busy, you know what I'm saying, watching your favorite football team, the Steelers, or your favorite football team, the Detroit Lions, where can they find you at, my brother?
Well, if you look at that name right there, JEK3, just go on Facebook. You'll see my various platforms from Vietnam up until the present day. Tomorrow I have a special program that I didn't have Monday concerning the killing of the young man in Minneapolis, Mr. Amir Locke. So you can catch me on that. That's part of my political platform. And then Thursday, yeah, we'll be talking about them Detroit Lions. We'll be talking about my Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll be on the sports crib. We'll be talking about the Super Bowl and you know, very NBA.
Yeah.
Talk about those Detroit Pistons, man. Them young boys is coming. Might be a couple years, but them young boys is on the right track.
Hey, boy, you love the Pistons. Boy, Detroit's in the house. Without a doubt. You know what I'm talking about. We're going to turn it out. That's right.
You know, I remember the bad boys. See,
bad
boys.
What you know about
y'all just remember their name. See, I remember when you saw Isaac, when you saw Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thompson, Bill Laimbeer, you know, Dennis Rodman. See,
Come on, man.
You know, hey,
I got somebody you don't remember. Willie Edwards. Come on, man.
Oh,
man. Adrian Dantley. You know, hey, hold on, man. I'm a piece of man, boy. I'm from Detroit. You hear me?
Come on, boy.
I could go places you don't even want me to go. I know I'm from the flow up to make you throw up. Boy, you hear me? Hey. Man, hold on. Billy Johnson, the microwave.
I knew Kareem Abdul-Jabbar before he was Kareem. When he was in Powers High School.
Okay, man, listen. I knew him when he fought Bruce Lee in the movie.
All right, man. Let's get out of here. I'll talk to you next Tuesday, man.
All right, bro. Let's go, champ. Dawg to us.